I am, we're gonna have to speak up. I already know. Okay. All right. My laugh is loud, but just make sure you're in your outside voice.
Okay.
And not your sexy indoor voice.
All right. Okay. Now you tell me. Okay. But I can do outside voice.
You can do outside voice.
Absolutely.
Well, welcome everyone. This is your girl, Miss Neka, and welcome to Minding Our Own Black Business. We are inside, of course, this is Black Business San Antonio on TAAN TV. So shout out to our sponsors, TAAN TV, which let me tell you, next tomorrow we go on our TAAN TV BBSA TV spotlight, where we'll be featuring Scooter Bangs and good visuals. So our fellas start off the year, and so definitely tune in to WOAI and Fox 29 tomorrow morning. And again, that's thanks to our sponsors, TAAN TV. So very excited about that. But this is the podcast of all podcasts. Absolutely. Because we talk to Black business owners who are starting businesses, have had businesses, all that great stuff. Touch on maybe a conversation or a topic or two, and of course give some stuff away from our fabulous big bag.
Oh, is that what that is?
Yes, girl. What is in the big bag today?
Yeah.
So, we're going to be doing all of those great things, and I'm just excited. So first, let's start off by introducing our guest today, which is Rosalind. I want to call Roz.
That's what Rosalind Reader.
Right. Yeah. I always say Roz.
Which is fine.
And you are just fantastic in all types of ways, right? You have great energy, a great spirit. I think you're someone who chooses to have the glass half full and not half empty, and she chooses to love over anything else. I mean, that's just what I get from the outside. That's coming in.
That is me.
Yes. So tell everybody, what is it that you do? Because we're sitting here with teacups and all this stuff. And why do we have all of this? What do you do?
Funny that you ask. Well, and thanks to you, first of all, thank you for inviting me.
Absolutely.
I totally appreciate that. And for that, also, I would like to thank you for me starting. So I started my new business, and it's called Queenie Spot. I love leopard print, so you all see a lot of leopard print on me, and I had to hook my girl up here. So, that's where the elegance starts.
Yes. As you can see, I'm elegant today. I'm elegant. Watch out.
So I was one of the exclusive members that started back in August.
Yes.
When you had the week-long conference. Because I've always been wanting to start a tea party event or company where women can come, where we have an opportunity to come and get elegant, learn the etiquette. And the difference in my spot is that I like to teach the culture of tea, of the afternoon tea is what it's called, or low tea, where we sit and we talk with one another. We also, I like partaking of the authentic fare that they like, the scones and the crumpets and the clotted cream and all of that.
And cucumber sandwiches with the crust cut off.
How about that? Yes. It ain't a cucumber sandwich until the crust is cut off. Right.
Yes. Right.
And what made me want to do that is because I had been to so many tea parties where they didn't even serve tea. And so it's like, how you gonna have a tea party?
And no tea.
Ain't no tea. Nothing to sip, nothing to spill.
Yeah.
So, and also even though the tea wasn't served, I noticed how the women like to come and wear their hats and wear their fascinators and get fancy and put on the pearls and all of that, and everybody just come together, and it really didn't matter who you were. Whoever was at the party just felt important, and felt, just felt good about themselves.
I love it. And so we when Roz started off kind of like kicking it off because, you know, she's had the idea, just like any other business.
Yes.
You have the idea, you have to figure out how do I make it work, you know, how is this going to look, how am I going to make money off of it, you know, all of those things.
Yes.
And so as she got everything kind of situated and knowing what she was doing, she started having tea parties. So it was kind of like the one was a give back, to give something special to people that were special to you.
Absolutely.
And then two, to test the waters and to see how everything went. How did that go for you?
Oh, never very well. As a matter of fact, I booked 4 tea parties for birthdays.
Yes.
So I had to start working on that. And then just based off the other thing, as we were doing, I did those 3 tea parties in a row. Mm-hmm. And I was wanting to get feedback from everybody. First of all, you know, it was 3 different days, 3 different group of people. And I kept it at 8 to keep it intimate and to just be able for everybody to feel special. And I made sure we all had actual teacups. Yes. Because I've been to tea parties and there wasn't even any teacups. Wasn't one tea, wasn't no tea.
Literally just faking the box. That's what we're doing.
Yeah, so that to me I thought was very important for everybody to have their china to drink out of, and people told me they felt really special. What they thought they were coming to and what they actually received was something totally different.
I didn't know. I got to go to one of them, and I promise you, I didn't know if I was going to be up in there with some kids, if I was going to be at like a mini table with the fake little teacups, you know what I'm saying? Yes. Like imaginary, you know, things and the teddy bears like we used to do when we were 5. I had no idea, but it was really, really good. And I thought that it was it's great networking because obviously I met folks that, you know, I didn't know and got a chance to just, you know, see, just again, meet new people, right? It was definitely a relaxation of relief because, like, look, I get to sit here for a couple hours, not worry about anything, and enjoy stuff. Yes, there's food and tea, so I got to eat something. Try a cucumber sandwich with the crust cut off. I was like, did they really make these? I thought it was just on television, but no, they really make them, and it was good too. So, you know, it was definitely experience, and I kept on thinking this is something that, like if you want to have a birthday party, just a specialty party. So even if the girls are getting together and hanging out, now like throw in a tea party one time, you know, and it will just totally. It's nostalgia. It's nostalgia. That's the way I want to say it. It's something that you will remember and that you will say, wow, this was a good time and I learned something. Yeah.
Cultivate that audience of queen sipping teas, everybody's royalty, but to get everybody up to speed on the etiquette, because remember I also taught the etiquette of how to hold the teacup and those what to do with your napkins and all of that.
No, I'm right here. I don't want to give everything away because I want you to get your own tea party and learn this stuff. I mean, if I tell you everything on the show, then it's like, oh, it's not fun learning it when you're there. So I don't want to give everything away, but I do want to talk about the teacup and how you hold it. Because, you know, I always thought the pinky was involved.
No, ma'am.
Where did the pinky come from?
Somebody somewhere started that. You know how it is in these streets.
You know.
Somebody always doing the most.
So often following around behind the wrong stuff. You hear me?
And pretend to think we're supposed to do that. And that for them over in England is an absolute no-no.
Absolute no-no. Yes. And actually you hold it with?
You take your thumb and then your pointer finger and your middle finger and you put your
right there.
Yeah, right there. That's how you hold it.
And then you sip. So that brings me to the point of people having tea parties without actual tea and stuff. If you don't have a proper teacup, you can't really properly hold because cups are heavy.
Cups are heavy.
Teacups are very light.
Yes, and delicate.
Yes. And so it's like your 3 fingers can handle it.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Without being like, what about this
coffee cup, coffee mug?
Girl, coffee mug is on the floor trying to hold these little quick tips.
In your lap, you're absolutely right.
You got to put I'm the best daddy coffee cup up because That was not gonna work.
Yeah, it's a time to be elegant. It's time to be beautiful. It's a time to be royal.
And I did say, Daddy, do men do tea?
Yes, they absolutely. It is not just for the lady.
Okay.
And so at one point, once I do get this ball rolling, I am going to incorporate it for the guys because I don't want them to feel like it's too feminine. Because actually, the guys had their fedoras, they had their smoking jackets and whatever. They would take tea, as they like to put it, and then they would retreat to the parlor room or somewhere to go smoke cigars and drink brandy. They started with tea, but then they ended with they graduated to brandy.
Sounds like my kind of party.
And so, in asking for the afternoon tea, it takes place between lunch and dinner. So that's why things are like bite-sized, and so they're not trying to really get overly full.
Like you're not going to have a lasagna plate.
Exactly.
At the tea party.
Not at the afternoon tea. Absolutely not. This is just to carry you until dinner. But what we did find out, because I know, when I had all of those little bite-sized everything on the 3-tiered dish, it looks like you're not going to really get full. But remember, you start at the bottom and you work your way up. And you're tasting. And the other beauty in that is most of the things at a real tea party, most of it we don't eat day to day. So it's good to be able to just try something you never tried before. And for the most part, everybody loved everything. They loved the marmalade and the clotted cream.
And that's the cool thing about the foods, right?
Yes.
And that's one of those extras that comes in when you have a tea party is what we're eating, why we're eating it, and everything is that preservative or that fresh fruit or vegetables or things like that. So it was a very good experience. One, and just seeing all the ladies dressed in their hats too is also wonderful. When you have someone like Ross who has 19 of them. An extra one in the closet for those who don't have one.
119, honey.
Right, okay. Did I just say 19? So how important is it for you to dress for tea?
Very important. And I made sure I had to go through and look, don't come to my place and not be in proper tea attire. That's a definite no-no to me, because to me, that's actually part or even half of it is the look.
Is the look.
It's the look. Yes, the look. Don't come in with the jeans and all of that. Come in like you're going to tea.
Girl, one of the ladies came in. She was so fly. I said, ooh.
She got the memo. She said
she understood the assignment. Okay,
I said,
beautiful dress.
Yes, I know you come to my house, but it's a tea party. Please, yes.
Yeah, it was awesome. I was like, we need to go somewhere. We're so camp, but
we're I feel like, especially in society now, we're kind of getting away. Everybody wants to dress down. Everybody wants to just, look.
I'm the queen of it. I know.
But even, I had to look,
Baby, I came in there with my jeans. I kind of like what I had on right now, and all my stuff was laid out like, go change.
She got to inherit a head.
Yeah, you gonna be queen of the day.
Yes. And that's the other thing to women, because once they made it to my front door, they were queen, whatever their first name was.
Yeah.
And I remember I had my grandbaby. I said it's important that we greet everybody, make them feel welcome before they even go and sit down.
So all of those things, if they do a party and they, hire you for the services.
Yes.
All of those things will be there.
Absolutely.
To make sure that you have that right dress on.
Yes.
To make sure that the tea, you bring the teapots and the tea and everything, and like tea from England, preserves from England.
That part.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So literally
we weren't doing Smuckers.
No. You have to put a 2-week reservation in so we can get the order in. You understand?
That's right.
She's literally ordering stuff or buying stuff that comes straight from England.
Yes.
So it's a great experience. And how do people? And I love it because she has tea rings and everything else. So it's a passion of hers, which means you really are going to get some good education, knowledge, some and a really good party. The table is set up beautifully. your different foods, and it starts off, and I will tell you this, like the bottom is your entree, kind of like your entree, your heavier sandwiches, then your middle is lightens it up a little bit, and then your scones, and
crumpets, honey, we had crumpets.
Don't play. We sure did. And then all the way to your desserts at the top.
Course number 3.
Yeah, so you definitely it does the job, you know, and I think it's a great idea for any of my young kids having a birthday party.
Yes.
You can definitely teach them lots of great stuff. To our seasoned folks, I don't care how old you are.
You're never too old.
You're never too old for this. Hey, old folks did this. This is what old people
Absolutely.
did.
Absolutely.
Young people weren't having tea. The old people were having tea. You know,
and when they do get to, they really go. Those are the ones that really go all out. Our seasoned ladies, they go all out. They will pull out stuff from the back of their closet,
right,
and come. I've done this like at church. I've done this at my job when I was working for AT&T, and if once a year I would do, it would be like over 100 women once a year, and so it wasn't intimate, but it was, because basically I had like maybe 10 tables and then made somebody responsible at each table. Invite your own friends.
Right.
So that's how we were able to do it. And then they got to decorate their own table. Each table had a theme within, within like Paris, or somebody else even had a softball thing, but it all went well because it was just everybody being able to be creative in their own space and still make it a tea party.
I love that.
And everybody came dressed. I mean, it was just beautiful.
I love it. Well, you know, we're going to have a tea party up here at the Annex as well.
Yes.
So we definitely look out for that. Roz is actually also our vision board instructor.
Absolutely.
So today, after a little bit later on, a few minutes after we eat some tacos, we'll be doing a vision board class. And then on Sunday before the march, we'll be doing a vision
January
board
15th,
class as well. So how do they get in touch with you if they want to reserve a party?
If they want to reserve a party, I am on Facebook, Rosalind Reeder, ROSALIND, Reeder, REEDER, or you can actually text me at 210-288-7422. Again, that's 210-288-7422.
No calls after 2 a.m. Thank you.
Unless, wait a minute now.
On
no change now. Wake me up, we got some change.
I forgot, wait. And she's celebrating her birthday today.
It's
so
my birthday.
Happy birthday, baby.
Thank you.
So maybe we do have some calls.
Hey, okay.
The little birthday present in your birthday suit. Let's go. Let's go.
See.
I'm just saying. So before, you know, one of the things that I was thinking about, just, you know, having conversation and introducing your business, and something we talk about in the business world a lot is like etiquette.
Yes.
Right? Etiquette and being, I don't know what the words are now, but all of that business etiquette. Because this is an etiquette within the tea parties, right?
Absolutely.
There's a certain dress, there's a certain talk. We call each other queens.
Yes.
You know, there's a certain
none of that ratchetness.
Yeah. You know, there's none of that at the tea party.
No,
you
ma'am.
know.
No, ma'am.
So, and again, that's a much like in business. Period.
Absolutely.
You know, we're talking about business, and I'm the main person that likes to fight this. Right? And I promise you I do. But they always say, you know, in business, you have to dress a certain way, talk a certain way, be a certain way to be in business. What do you?
Well, and that's I've been in corporate America for 33 and a half years. And that's especially when I first got there, everything was just so cookie cutter.
Right.
You know, I think it's good to a certain degree. I think across the board there ought to be, you know, general rules. Right. But also at the same time, enough leeway to allow people to be their own selves. Yes.
Yeah. I'm caught between and mainly because I like to be relaxed. I like to be comfortable, and I don't want someone to tell me that or believe that because I got jeans on that my service or what I can do is not stellar.
Yes.
Like that suit does not make my service better. So that's where I have the biggest problem.
I understand
and the two things about it is, one, I feel like back in the day when we weren't allowed to do anything, these are the rules that they put in place to keep us out. wear these type of clothes because we know they don't have them, wear this type of car because we know they don't drive them. Dress, you know what I'm saying? So it kept the black community and stuff out of the business just by setting those rules. You ain't getting rid of us now. Do I still gotta play? It's almost like,
well, you know what? It's funny that you say that, because when I first started corporate America, it was rolls,
right? But
afros, none of that was accepted.
None of that. Your normal hair was not accepted. We had to fight for that. We had to get a law to wear our hair normally. But all of it to me says this is all the things we're trying to do to keep you out, right? But it has nothing to do with your actual talent and what's going on. And so I fight that because I feel like people miss out on good service, on good food, on good things, because you're worried about what someone looks like, where they come from. But let me tell you when they don't care. When the person who's dressed up all good messes up their order, messes up their service, doesn't do their stuff right. Then they call in Juan from down the street, Tyrone from around the corner, and paying that $40, $50 to get their car fixed in the yard or whatever, and get fantastic service.
Absolutely.
And that's the thing. It's like, come on now, we have to really think about this sometimes, because yes, it is about, the perception and stuff of things with almost everything. But a lot of times those perceptions keep you out your blessing.
And that's true. And the flip side of that coin too is to make sure when we have our opportunities that we do show some level of professionalism.
Absolutely.
And because we can't have, Ray out there.
And that's the problem. The problem is that those folks never get the opportunity to learn and get educated.
And to get that basic.
To even know that that's something that they should do. But that's why we have the BBSA Annex and free business classes, so you can bring your butt up in here and get some direction, right? But I do. It bugs me a lot, because I just know, again, I'm one, so I just don't want nobody to discount me because I have jeans on. But then I also know I'm going to this particular place. Let me put on put on my suit. I do have suits in my closet. And they look good on me.
and it's not even in the business world all the time either. Like church used to.
I was about to say church world,
but now it's more relaxed than it used to be. And even when you go to certain places, clubs or restaurants, they're kind of if that's what they want, I get it.
But remember, all of those things, especially restaurants and stuff, was done to keep people out.
And you're absolutely.
It had nothing to do with anything. It was only because they didn't want certain folks there. So because we still do it today. How do you keep the riff-raff from coming? Raise the price.
But then riff-raff got money now.
Now riff-raff got little money. And then you put a dress code on it.
That's right. Riff-raff got more money.
Then you put it, and then when that don't work, you change the music. They be like, why do they always play this type of music here? Because they don't want you here. You always have to remember there's a reason behind it. And it's not always, and I'm not saying that it's black and white, like a color or an ethnic thing.
Right.
Because it's not.
Right.
It's across the board. This is how you keep the masses from showing up and messing up your stuff.
Absolutely.
You got to put some restrictions on there. You got to pay this price. I would love to give everything for free. But what I know is free classes don't do much. People don't respect them as much. They don't value it. They don't follow up with what they need to do. But if I put $100 price tag to it, now you're taking more responsibility because you invested in it.
It is a shame. I like free 99. I am disciplined enough. Somebody say, hey, especially if it's I need free 99. Roz is there.
I'm there.
Yes. I look. No, you gotta do it.
You gotta take it. You gotta do the right stuff when you're getting things, and people are taking the time to out of their schedule to work with you for free.
Yes.
Like, oh my gosh, and you don't show up, or you late, or you whatever. Oh my God. Yes. You gotta value all of those things. So it's regardless of it, it's something to it. Just like a tea party. We don't want you coming in your hockey gear. We want you coming in your tea gear. When you do business, Getting your business.
Getting your business,
You
yeah.
know, and make it work. And my thing, what I did is I tried to brand. Look at me. That's how light they are. Obviously, I got
And
nothing.
that's it. No, you can't say that like that. Goodness, I'm about to pass out here.
Like my teacup. My teacup.
We gonna send you back to etiquette class for that.
That's China, nigga.
Yes, ma'am.
So yes, and then when you move it around, you move it.
Yes,
so,
yes,
so
it
the
follows
teacup,
you. Yes, ma'am.
The teacup stays safe and protected.
Yes, there you go.
No flying it like that.
Hey, practice makes perfect.
Practice makes perfect.
Yes.
Yeah. So etiquette, just like there's etiquette in everything, there's business etiquette too as well.
Absolutely.
And I think that it goes even further because just like in the way we treat each other.
Yes.
What did you say? When you're late, that's almost like a disrespectful thing.
That's a part of their culture. It's like they were on time with stuff. Even though this was, you could think of the Tea Party as their Facebook in terms of how they socialize. And this part, they like the one-on-one. They like being with one another. And you know, us catching the tea. We sitting here catching up on, because, you know, newspapers weren't out then.
Right.
So that was really cool.
Yes.
So it was very important. And it's like, oh yeah, you got your little nice drink in front of you. You got your little snacks or whatever. Girl, tell me what happened. And then will you tell me what happened?
I think that's where the tea came from, right? Sipping the tea.
Spill the tea. And I really, I don't know, did you watch the Netflix series, The Bridgerton?
I heard about it, but I didn't watch it.
Maybe.
You gotta watch it.
Okay,
Yeah, that's all the list. That's all the list.
For other reasons. But there was a lot, because it took place up in England, there was a lot of the tea culture. It showed you the culture in it, and it showed you the fancy china, and it showed you their customs and everything all throughout the series.
Yeah.
Almost each episode had them sitting in their parlors receiving guests or waiting on, or just them as a family sitting around in the afternoon time at their sofas, and you know, the table in front of them, and you know, you can even see on some of them. I was all in the detail. You can just see all the refreshments and the tea and everything sitting around, and seeing the servants, because at one point it was just the rich people that had tea, but it got to the point where eventually the servants got to have tea too. They got to, but they couldn't have it in the parlor. They had to have it in their own space.
Gotcha.
But they became important enough to be able to partake of the tea culture.
Oh wow!
Yes.
Wow!
So it's a whole big thing there.
Thing.
Yeah. So and then, like I said, something different to do, something, you know, to just get people out and socialize.
And one day you'll have your own location to where people can show up to Queenie's spot.
That's right. Show up to Queenie's spot and
have tea.
And have tea and have that, and bring all that elegance and attitude and everything with you. Yes, ma'am.
Where she'll sell hats and teacups and all kinds of things. I don't even know if she thought about that, but I did.
Absolutely. and because if you don't come tea ready, I will have little packages that will have the lace gloves and the fans and the boas. And, you know, so it won't be no excuse on it. I couldn't find them.
Yeah.
There'll be a case for you to go pick your favorite color out. And if you haven't figured out, leopard print is my favorite color. And yes, it is a color. It's a color, so let's not go there.
Oh my gosh,
yes,
I love it. Well, before we get out of here, we've got to go in the big bag.
Oh, it is a big one.
Yes, baby, and see what we are going to give away today. I don't even know how we're going to give it away. So what we'll really say is what we're going to feature and spotlight today. Okay, I'm going to go in here, big bag. There's a couple of things in here. What do you think it is?
It looked like a blanket or something.
It's actually a towel.
Okay.
So I know you've seen all the fabulous,
That's beautiful.
all the fabulous designer bags and wallets and all that kind of great stuff. Well, one of our exclusive members does sell all of those great things, and Marquita, and she is actually got some items here at the Annex, and so I have some purses, I have some wallets, I have some belts, I've got towels, and so this is the Burberry towel.
Well, excuse me.
I know, right?
Sorry.
Girl.
No, everybody can see. I got a little Burberry on my dress, and I got the little Burberry blush perfume.
Oh, too. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, they have perfumes and stuff like that, so you can actually get all kinds of these good things. And again, they are available here at the hub as well. So I love it. It's a beautiful towel, right?
London.
I might have to get me one. See what else is in there.
Okay. Oh, this is too cute. This is a Chanel.
Yes, so that is, again, one of the bags that Marquita carries, and that is available here at the Annex as well. You know, they're great quality. They really last. They're great quality. I really love them, and got too many of them myself, if you want to know the truth. And like I said, there's always, I like this, you see on the inside, it's got the little logo and branding and stuff on the inside as well. And so, again, remember, every week when we go in the bag and we pull something out, you can put your item in the bag for only as low as $25. So we can promote it, right, and then give it away to the community so they can also brag about your product and what you have. So until we get everybody used to that and how we're going to give it away, that purse that she's playing with over there, that's her birthday present.
You play too much.
Oh, don't I?
Oh, that is beautiful. And I like how you can adjust. Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
This is too precious.
A Chanel for a queen.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. And look, I looked over there real quick to see if I had a leopard print bag. No go on that. But that matches your leopard print very nicely.
It's going to Vegas with me.
It's going to Vegas. Let's go, baby. So happy birthday to you, dog. Again, don't forget, guys, we've got all kinds of events and classes. Like when I say all kinds, I'm so sick of making flyers. That's how many. We've got a workshops. Now, difference between workshop and classes, just so you know, classes are free. It's technically general information that you could probably find if you Googled or took the time to do some research. But I know life gets you down. So we've gathered all of that information and we have a professional instructor to teach it to you. So basically you get all the basics, all the good information on whatever topic it is. And then if you want to dive a little deeper, you can work with your instructor and hire them for some one-on-one work. Workshops are actually, they cost. They're anywhere from $50 to $100. And you're actually going to do the work that you need to do to get things done. So if we have a certification workshop, although it might be just getting on the internet and getting online, and it might be that's probably like 25 or 30 bucks, but we're going to be here with you to step by step it. Make sure that you have your taxes, all your paperwork, all your stuff done before we get started. We want it to where when you walk in, it's not done, but when you walk out, it's done. Website workshop, you get your domain, we teach you how to do all the good stuff, right? And then teach you how to navigate, update. So $100, and now you are the master of your own
that's beautiful
website. You know,
that's valuable in time. My goodness.
Absolutely. It's absolutely. So one, it's because if you charge anybody, if you go try to get a website, honey, you're talking $800 to $1,200 for one page.
Yes.
Just for someone to put one page up.
Yes.
They've got free websites all over the place, but they don't do much. And you're safe, so this is a way for you to get control of what you're doing until you get in a position to when you can pay people to do it,
right.
So lots of workshops. We have a finance workshop that comes with a book, and it signs you up into like a credit card program, some other stuff. All that does is building your business credit with Michael.
With Michael,
really good
information.
Yeah.
Really good
and he's bringing some even new information, and it's a workshop, right? So Michael's workshop means that when you get done with his workshop, you will have done the things necessary to start building your credit. Okay, like he can literally give you $10,000 in business credit like that, but you got to take the workshop. These are all things that he does for his clients.
Yes.
So you're going to get all of that stuff in one bang. It's $100, but it is well worth $100. Again, book plus programs to build your credit, and he can literally get you over $100,000 in business credit. Okay, so those things are happening, and we've got lots of events. Okay, February, I Am Black History vendors. We've got that opportunity for you. MLK March, we are having an after party after the march with Uncle Nearest. Vendors, you have an opportunity for that. And since I'm speaking of vendors, I just started a vendor membership. So we've got the exclusive membership, your online membership. There's now a vendor membership. It is a one annual fee of just $10.
Wow.
But what does it
so
do?
what's the difference between?
So basically what that does is that now you have a personal secretary, myself, or whoever's in the office to remind you, like let you know, before I put up a date for a vendor event, y'all will get the email first. Okay. You'll get the sign up first. You get a discount on your table.
Like that.
Right?
Yeah.
And you get a reminder of what's going on. And then I also send you leads because I have people that will call me that say, hey, I'm looking for vendors. So anybody who is on my vendor list, I will send that email out to them to let them know that there's other opportunities in the city to be a vendor somewhere. So if you are a serious vendor, $10 keep you in the loop of events and stuff that are going on through 2023.
You spend more than that at Starbucks for one cup of coffee.
I mean, everything affordable, right? But I cannot. This is the year that nothing will be free.
Should not be. People need to invest in themselves via money and time.
And time, absolutely. So make sure you go to blackbizsa.com. I spent all weekend updating that bad boy. So go there to sign up, be a vendor. Check out all the different events. Our book right now that's out will be the book that's passed out for MLK. The next book that comes out will be the book we pass out during Black History Month. I pushed it back because I'm not going to kill myself.
There you go.
Working too hard, too much stuff. It was like, you know what? And the first 2 weeks of January, nobody has any money. It's the beginning of the year. Right. So I'm over here like, hey, you want to buy an ad? They're like, in 2 weeks.
So you've learned.
So I know. I know now that it will not be, the next book will be starting February, not.
That makes sense.
I'm just saying. You learn about your business every year, different things. You have to go with the times. Yeah. If you're working for the people and with the people, then you've got to work with the people. If they can't pay in January, move to February, baby. It's just what it is.
Sounds right to me.
Somebody said, I'm sorry for the late payment. I said, no, baby, you early. I pushed it back 2 weeks. Now we good. Now we good to go. So definitely make sure you stay updated and, man, just stay tuned in. We've got more stuff, more interviews with business owners, more things to give away. And tomorrow, WOAI and Fox 29. It is Black Business San Antonio and TAAN TV. I'm making it happen. That's great. And this is Black Business San Antonio on TAAN TV. We'll see you next time for minding our own Black business.
That was fun.
Yes, baby.
Thank you.
That hat, see, this is how we end this one over here. What?
You just keep it in your little bag and have it up in here, so the next tea party, whatever, you already